का है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, whenever whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ होना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ज्ञानं भवति निर्मलम्. How can the space be polluted? Space will support all pollution. But because of this, is the space getting polluted? Similarly, Jnanam, knowledge, supports everything. Good and bad, understanding and confusion, love and hatred. Everything is happening in knowledge. See. So when it is said, Jnanam bhavati nirmalam, the first question is the knowledge getting polluted? If not, then why? What is required to make it clean? So we have to understand clearly. When we are looking at the ocean and talk about the waves, then our knowledge is getting polluted. Because we have disowned the substratum and we are focusing on the superimposed. See, similarly, we are looking at the water and we are talking about the ocean. So what is happening? The ocean is covered behind the waves and the water is covered behind the ocean. This is pollution in knowledge. So Jnanam bhavati nirmalam, therefore what does it mean? That means our focal length is required to be changed. Our focal length is only at the superficial level. See? So we ourselves take ourselves to be superficially man, animal, good, bad. No, not only that. Husband, wife, brother, father, in-laws, outlaws. Jnanam bhavati nirmalam. So is this knowledge becoming polluted? Yes, because we are essentially someone else, but we have mistaken ourselves to be someone else. This is the pollution in knowledge. This is called viparyaya. Okay. Viparyaya means, like we told you that other day, how much deep the water is in the ocean. Now, if this statement is analyzed properly, what it means, ocean is a substance and waters are the contents in this substance. Or other example, is there gold in the ornament? Now, whether the gold is in the ornament, all the ornaments are superimpose on the gold. So when we call ornament, that time also we are talking about gold. But undue importance is given to ornaments. Now what are ornaments? Three things: name, form and the substance. Substance is gold. Name is nose ring. You know, for controlling the bulls, they put nose ring. I don't know why you are laughing. I am just giving you an example. So you can understand, oh, that is the reason. Now all these ladies will remove nose ring. What do you think? So, name is nose ring. And the form is ring. And the substance is gold. So out of these three, when we give importance to the name and the form, jnanam bhavati kalushitam. Knowledge is contaminated. See, therefore, what is the world as defined? Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti panchamshakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tato dvayam. World is Satchidananda Asti Bhati Priya, and not the world, Brahman. World is Nama Rupa. The second two, name and form, that is Jagat. So Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa iti Panchamshakam Adyatrayam Jagad Rupam. Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam. Jagad Rupam Tato Dvayam. So Satchidananda is the Brahma and name and form is the Jagat. Now be very attentive. When we talk about name and form, let us analyze further. See, this book is a form, a shape. Shape is outside, objective. But the book word, is it known to this book that I am a book? No, it's inert. So the word book is in me, in my mind. So what is the Jagat there for? Name and the form. So where is the Jagat starting from? Jagat starts from us and ends up others. So I versus not I, when this is taken as real, then the world begins, samsara begins. But when we come to know, it is the same mind which is supporting the objective world. It is the same mind which is illuminating in terms of the names, the subjective experience. It is the same mind. Therefore, this world is in me, I am not in them. See, when the book is torn, what will happen to my mind where the book word is said? Nothing will happen. Another name will be born, torn book. Therefore, when it is said jnanam bhavati nirmalam, means we have to understand first, knowledge never becomes contaminated, but it is understanding about it is contaminated because undue importance is given to the non-essential names and forms. So, how to do that? Atma, Anatma, Vivekena. So the Atma of the ornament is gold. Anatma is the name and the form. Name and forms are subject to modification, subject to creation, subject to destruction. But the Atma, the gold, is neither created nor destroyed. It doesn't have shape, it doesn't have name. See? In this manner, when we are able to clearly understand by the process of discrimination between the substratum and the superimposed. When the substratum is known, will we bother about the superimpose? Take one or two examples. If we know after proper investigation, what I imagine it is a snake But after investigation, I discovered it is a rope. After having made this discovery, will I go further in our inquiry? It's okay, it is a rope, that's good. But where the snake has gone? No. When the substratum is discovered, superimpose is null and void. Superimpose means it is anatmani atma buddhi. That what is not is mistaken to be that. Mithya pratyay. See? Therefore, the only process is atma anatma viveka. Now applied in day-to-day life. Atma is man, anatma is husband. Atma anatma vivekena, discrimination between the man and the husband. Man is the substratum, husband is superimposed. But what is happening? The superimpose overpowers the substratum. Think. Therefore, Vedantic sadhana is this inquiry. Atma anatma vivekena dhyanam bhavati nirmalam. Then there will be miseries for the husband, but he will not be miserable. Because now he knows the one who is suffering is the husband who doesn't exist. Existence is man. See, now will this husband try to improve the wife, which is also an illusion? So two illusions are fighting with each other. And nothing happens to the substratum. In Birla Mandir, Delhi, there is a small temple of Bhagavan Krishna, alone standing in a room. It is hardly 6 by 6, even less than that. He is in the center. All three sides, huge mirrors. When you look into that, left side, there will be millions of reflections. Right side, innumerable reflections. Because one reflection is reflected in the other mirror. Then the reflection of that mirror is reflected in the reflected mirror. And it goes on and on and on and on. No end to it. See? Now if that Bhagavan Krishna is removed, where the reflections have gone? Think. Exactly the same way, Atma Anatma Vivekena, when we come to discover our divine nature, that when the objects are removed, there is no loss. We continue to be. When one organ fails, eyes are no more functioning, the mind still functions. When the mind is sleeping, we are not lost, we are still there. So in the sleep, do we ask a question to anybody? Where the world has gone? And when we wake up, is it the same world which has come? Can we dream the same dream twice? Where from the dream comes, where does it go? The more we reflect, this is called in Vedanta as Avastha Traya Viveka. Discrimination on the basis of these three layers of experience. Normally, average people, what they do? They take only the waking life as the reality. And then they will be writing an autobiography of a Dumbo. What about the dream? What about the deep sleep? Are we not going through that? When you draw conclusion on the basis of incomplete information, that conclusions cannot be taken as valid. Think. Either we should write the autobiography of a dreamer also, or we should not write an autobiography of a waker. But we write, I was born on such and such date, I don't know why. And then I started growing, that also I don't know why. What we have done to grow our age? Nothing. It's happening. And then in between this thing happened. Now find out. Like every dream has a separate dreamer. One dreamer has no relationship with other dreamer. Similarly, every waker is different in every waking state. They are not the one and the same. But this illusion that it is one person alone who is going through the waking experience is like. Now, if you take this mala, you will describe this as a beautiful, nice, heavy mala to put in the neck of this Swami so that he cannot stand properly. Worshipping the Vigraha, statues, is different. And worshipping human beings is different. I always feel when they give Abhishekam to Lord Shiva or Bhagavan Sri Krishna, water and then milk and then that honey and Hare Ram Ram, I feel enough. Try, I do it on you, I will not do it. How comfortable it will be. Close his eyes, something is going here and something goes in the ear. They don't put anything to remove it. See? So, this mala is beautiful. Now, suppose I break this thread and separate the flowers. Where the mala has gone? All the contents are there. Nothing is lost. But this continuity of random flowers is creating the illusion of a garland by the help of this thread. And then we give it a name. What a beautiful garland it is. In the same manner, we write an autobiography. What a lovely life it is. Cut the thread and recognize every waker has no relationship with the other waker. Every waking experience is independent of the other waking experience. What is making it together? The thread of consciousness. Think. Therefore, if we really want to walk our life according to this knowledge, then this will be very clear. Where it has gone? Which is the verse?
19th couplet, 19th.
हाँ, आत्मानात्म विवेकेन ज्ञानम भवति निर्मलम. Therefore, the garland is an appearance, it is not real. And this can be understood Guruna Bodhita Shishya. So when the disciple is ready to change himself, then he will be able to change himself. If he doesn't want to change, even Brahmaji will come and initiate you, you will not listen. See? After hearing so many Mahatmas, yet we are unable to hold on to this knowledge. Because the basic is we don't want to change. See? Wherever change is in the form of renunciation, the knowledge happens. Some great thing happens. Like you know, in our country, when two rivers unite, the confluence is Prayag. Prayag is a holy place. Rudra Prayag, Deva Prayag. Now what happens in Rudra Prayag? One side Mandakini comes from Kedarnath side. Other side Alaknanda comes from Badrinath side. They meet together. That place is Rudra Prayag. Thereafter, the river is called as only Alaknanda. No more Mandakini disappears. So they always question, Swami, why this is called Rudra Prayag? Same thing. So where name and form are rejected That is a holy place. Then we go further. Alaknanda coming from Badrinath, and that side Bhagirathi is coming from Gangotri. Then they unite at Devaprayag. In Devaprayag, both the rivers, Alaknanda and Bhagirathi, they give up their name and form, and thereafter it is called as Ganges or Gangaji. Then we go further. In Prayagraj, Ganga, Yamuna have merged into Ganga, and also has come this Saraswati. So, Yamuna ji gives her name and form, Saraswati disappears, thereafter the river is called only Ganges. And continue further. And we go to Ganga Sagar, where Ganga ji merges in the ocean, Ganga and Sagar. And when it reaches there, Ganga is a feminine word, Sagar is a masculine word. Masculine, feminine joined together, thereafter infinite. Therefore it is said, Sabhi Tirtha Bar Bar, Ganga Sagar Ek Bar. You have to go to many times to different holy places. Ganga Sagar you should come only one, that's enough. One of the Panditji there asked me this question. Bengali Maharaj, bolo. Why it is said, Sabhi Tirtha Bar Bar, Ganga Sagar Ek Bar? I said it is because of you. Why? You trouble the people so much, they don't want to come again here. See? The idea is, wherever name and form is rejected, holiness is arrived. See? Therefore, when Sannyasa Diksha is given, that time Viraja Homa is conducted. In that Viraja Homa, we have done our own Shraddha. We have done our own Pindadan. So, technically speaking, we are dead. When you touch a dead body, you have to go and take bath. So, if you want to avoid taking bath, don't touch. Then you can remain without that. You will not become unholy. And therefore, if you see these Swaminarayan people, they call their sannyasi as sadhu. They follow the 5 rules strictly. In later, a spirit I don't know. First is, they don't put on the stitched clothes like I put on. They do not touch money that like I touch. They do not look at the ladies, talk to them. They are not supposed to. They have no connection with their relations. WhatsApp, phone. And the 5th one is, when they take food, they take in a bowl, all the food is mixed together, and then they eat that. See, what is done? Names and forms are dropped. Therefore, here, Atma Anatma Vivekena Jnanam Bhavati Nirmala. So, the impurity in the name, in the reality, or the Atma, or the knowledge, Jnanam is this name and the form. When name and form is dropped, you are happy. In deep sleep, what is your name? What is your form? But you are happy. It is for this purpose, sannyasis are given the diksha to remove their name and form. You people dress so nicely. Our dress is funny. See, you nicely clean, shave and all that, bring out the beauty. We have the wild growth. See? So form is destroyed. And the name is Gadbadananda. One boy asked me this question. Swamiji, why all these Swamis have got the name Ananda? I said, why? Is it monopoly of Devananda or what? No, but what is the meaning? I said, the meaning is, at least for name's sake, be happy. or you are Paramananda and most miserable. क्या हो गया? परमानंद क्यों दुखी हो? How funny it sounds. So give up the name and the form. What remains is the truth. And what is the samsara? We give donation, ₹100. And then my name should be written. This school is sponsored by Mr. Seth Dagdumal Gotumal Kachoriwala. And he has donated a huge sum of ₹100. See? So my name should remain there and my bud or a statue should be there. Name and form. See, friends, it is so important to know that we are caught up in the name and form. Therefore, when we understand this, then we will start working with proper understanding. Now, what is that? Next verse, 20th verse. Natvam deho nendriyani na prano na mano na dhi vikaritvat vinashitvat drishyatvat cha ghato yatha. There is one spelling mistake in here. Vikaritvat vinashitvat. To missing. Drishyatvat cha ghato yatha. Now, yatha ghataha, like a pot. Now, what are the things associated with the pot? First of all, drishyatvat, it is an object of knowledge. Then vikaritvat, it is subject to modification. Vinashitvat, it is subject to destruction. 3. Because of these 3 things, I cannot be the pot. If this is clear, then we go one step further. Is it not applied to everything? Deha, Indriya, Prana, Mana, Dhi. Body is Drishyatvat, is an object of knowledge. This is my body. See? Many times in Ghatkopar, there was some function and some minister was invited. I was also invited for no reason. I said, I have to go. No, Maharaj, you simply lead the lamb and we will garland you and then you go, giving blessing. I said, all right, I have no choice. Choiceless existence is Swami. So I went there and so many people, and they put a garland, like heavy garland. And in that garland there were 392 million red ants. I counted them. And then the moment they started playing their game, I got up and I said, first of all, I must give my blessings to Honorable Minister and that. And may you all succeed in your project. And I went away. Here it was happening. Therefore, I immediately removed it. So, with Drishyatvat, we know the body as an object of knowledge. This is my body. Like this is my garland. Whatever is recognized as mine is an object of knowledge. So, Drishyatvat. Then Vikaritvat, there is no end to the Vikara. Constantly changes are happening, Vikaritvat. And ultimately Nashyatvat, subject to destruction. So a pot which is an object of knowledge, which is subject to modification and which is subject to destruction, that pot I cannot be. How can I be the body which has got the same attributes? Think twice. Now this is applied to everything. Na tvam deho, you cannot be the body. Na indriyani. Indriyani is not a Sindhi. Because all the words ending in ni, they are Sindhi. For example, pareshani. Whenever this neuter gender is made into plural, it ends in ni. Therefore, natvam deho nendriyani, none of the sense organs of action you can be, because they are also subject to these three things. Drishyatvad, vikaritvad, vinashitvad. Then na pranaha. The prana also you cannot be, because you are the controller and the controlled is different from the controller. And na manaha, mind can never be we, it is making us dance. Na dhi, our intellect is the most dangerous instrument God has given us. It is like a knife with both sides sharp. If you do mistake, you are cut, nobody else is hurt. Therefore, how to think, this we have to learn. All the problems are because of wrong thinking. And the first step to know about thinking is be attentive. Every thought requires a reference. Thoughts are always with reference to something else. See? Don't give any reference to the mind. So, when our intellect is used in a creative manner, and what is the usage in a creative manner? When our thinking is not independent of any authority. Like the judges, they give the judgment. But they can give judgment in the framework of the law. They cannot go beyond it. Exactly the same way. Intellect has to be used in the light of the scriptural authority. But I don't feel it is right. Who asked you? See? Therefore, natvan deho nendriyani na prano na manonadhi. Then what is to be done with that intellect? First of all, surrender this intellect at the feet of the divine, and then start looking at the world as God looks at the world. See? Then our vision will be totally different. And in that different vision, we will be able to know what is the correct position of everything. What is the place for the body, the indriya, the prana, the mana and dhi, and how we can one by one slowly get out of the clutches of these. This is called as the Panchakosha Viveka. The Panchakoshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya Kosha, or the three bodies, they are discarded and the truth is revealed. This is what is the meaning of this mudra. This is called Jnana Mudra. Now this, please understand and don't show to others. Practice on yourself. This is not snuff mudra. Hachi, feeling fresh. Brahmanandam. The small finger is the Annamaya Kosh, body. The ring finger is Pranamaya Kosh, because after putting the ring here, the prana start becoming miserable. Then the mind is, the middle finger is the tallest one, the mind, the personality. That is the Manomaya Kosh. The other question comes, whose body, whose prana, whose mind? Of course, mine, they are mine. So this is Vijnanamaya Kosh, a seat of I, ego, doer. And when this I is associated with mind, then mind is experiencing misery and I become miserable. Mind is experiencing joy, I become joyful. Then a Pranamaya Kosha, the prana is experiencing hunger, I become hungry. Prana is also supporting the thirst, so prana is giving thirst, I am thirsty. Then the body never says I am young, old, black, white, yellow. No. But it is the body is old, then I am old. Body is healthy, I am healthy. Body is not normal, I am not normal. Thus this I factor gets identified with these three conditionings and an illusory personality is born. Now this is our present state. Now what happens? Till such time, we are identified with the body, with the prana and with the mind. We are samsari. Nobody can help us. See? We have to get rid of these three. Now how do we get rid? Separate from here, separate the I, they are separate. It is easy to show on the palm. How to do that? You are doing it, man, even in the satsanga. When this I is separated from the three, where does this I go? I goes to Anandamaya Kosha. See? Expose yourself for longer period of time in this state. Don't talk about your body and related things. Prana. Don't waste your time in only what to drink, what not to drink, what to eat, what not to eat, what others should do. Don't bother about it. Then the joy and sorrows, yes, they come and go. There is no option. Except then this mind and prana and the body, they will not be a problem for me because now I am slowly detaching myself from them. And as much we detach from these three, we are approaching the ananda, the happiness. So happiness in reality is not a gain. It is a discovery. Because we are already blissful. But instead of remaining blissful, we have become blisterful. Because I identified with the mind becomes joyful, sorrowful, hungry, thirsty, young or old, man or woman. And this is the burden this dumb I is carrying throughout. This is our personality. And when this I dissolves in the Anandamaya Kosha, though temporarily, that time there is nobody, nowhere, never except Ananda. Swatmanam prakuti karoti matmudraya bhadraya tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. But this I is so much buried under the burden of body, prana and the mind. In the language of the Kundalini, lower three chakras. Mooladhara chakra is identification with the body. Swadhisthana chakra is kama, desire. And Manipur chakra is the greed. Trividham narakasedam dvaram nashanam atmanah kama krodhas tatha lobha tasmad etatrayam tejet. Desire, anger and greed. These are the three gateways to hell. Hell in Sanskrit means narak. And there is another word. Human beings are called as nara. In Sanskrit, when a suffix ka is added, the meaning doesn't change. Like bala means a child. Balaka means a child. Nara means a person. Naraka, living in body identification is living in narak. What comes out of our body? Narak, nothing else. See, friends, therefore, the more we work on these lines, we will stop reacting in the world. We will not boast about ourselves. We will not try to prove something to somebody. We don't have to justify anything. See? We are answerable only to our own conscience. Nobody else. To others we can cheat. But we really cheat ourselves the most. See, friends, in this manner, when we come closer to our divine nature, then what is that divine nature? 21st verse. Vishuddham kevalam jnanam nirvishesham niranjanam yadekam paramanandam tattvamasya dvayam param. Tattvamasi advayam param. That you are. See, Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh. So who are you? You are neither the body, na tam deho, na indriyani, na prano, na mano, na dhi. You cannot be this. Then who are you? Then first, Tattvamasi advayam param. What is that? That is Vishuddham kevalam jnanam. Objectless awareness. That knowledge which is not divided into knower and the known. The divided knowledge is ashuddha. Because that knowledge is divided into knower and known. So, Vishuddham kevalam dhyanam. Kevalam means that knowledge which is not subject to three kinds of problems. Kevala, this word is a technical term. For Bengali, it is cable. In Bombay, when my lectures initially were going on cable. So, one Bengali gentleman, Swamiji, we call you Kebalananda. Cable. Kevala. So, Kevala means what? Where Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata, Bheda, Rahita, Vastu, Kevala. Three types of differences. Example given in the scriptures are many. One we can take. First we will take Vijatiya. Trees and animals. They belong to different jati. Jati does not mean Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. That is Varna. These politicians have created this problem. See? Jati means shape, akar. So, animals are different from the trees, Vijatiya Bhed. Then Sajatiya Bhed, all are animals, but one is a cow, other is a buffalo, third is a bird, fourth is a snake, fifth is an insect. Sajatiya Bhed, belonging to the same category but different from each other. Swagata Bheda, differences within the specimen. So the differences within the specimens are so many. The ears are not the nose is not the tail is not the legs are not the stomach is not the hump. So many differences. Kevala means that where there are no differences of any kind. Then which are the differences? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Three of them. Now it becomes five. Difference between the Jiva and the Jagat. Difference between the Jiva and the Ishvara. Difference between the Ishvara and the Jagat. 3. Difference between the Jiva and the Jiva. 4. And difference between the Jagat and the Jagat. 5. Where these 5 differences are completely absent, that is called a Kevala. Vishuddham Kevalam. There is no criteria for differentiation. How come one lady is called in so many different ways? Because there is a criteria. In one criteria, she is a daughter. In other criteria, she is a wife. In the third criteria, she is a mother. And this, when Kevalatva is rejected, samsara is born. See? Vishuddham Kevalam Dhyanam. So that knowledge where differences are not honored, but the commonness is recognized. See? This also I told in some of my talks. I was having a children's camp, and in that camp, I wanted to tell them what is the theme of that camp to be understood. I say we have to see something common. Now, first of all, we'll try to see what are the differences. So I ask, tell me what are the differences among all of us, one by one, not everybody together. You tell, one boy said, some are girls, some are boys. It's a very good observation. You tell, some are fat, some are thin. Very good. You tell, some are tall, some are short. Very nice. You tell, some are white, some are black. Okay, good. I said, now enough. Now tell me, what is common in all of us? Silence prevailed. What is common? There was one student, indifferent to everything. I said, hey, you tell, what is common in all of us? He was very sweet, cute, sitting there only. Innocently he said, we are all suffering because of you. Common. See? Common factor. Now here, what is the common factor in this hall? Difficult to find out. Differences we can find out. Easy. Then common factor is or should be, we are all seekers. Much more than that, the space is a common factor. But we never observe the space. We observe the contents of the space. When our attention goes on the contents, the space disappears. But when our attention goes on the space, contents make no impact on us. Therefore, the technique which we told you, listen to silence. Listening to silence is no more influence of sounds or silence. Go beyond them. But those who do it in a wrong way, silence means absolute pin drop silence. No, that is not silence. That silence which is against the sound is not the silence. That silence which is not enhanced by the silence and which is not disturbed by the noise, that is the real silence. That is called as prashanti. See, Satya Sai Baba's abode was Prashanti Nilayam. Nilayam is abode, home. Prashanti, where anything is present or not present, makes no difference. So he was abiding in that state, Prashanti. See? He was abiding in that, but the followers, Maha Ashanti. See? Therefore, Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam, then Nirvishesham. This point I told you a number of times. Spirituality is not becoming someone Vishesh, someone extraordinary. No. The moment you gather speciality on you, you are destroying yourself. Be commoner than the commonest. See? And not to teach the world, not to prove anything. No. The world is like this, very good, fine. If you can help, you help. If you can't help, never mind, I can't help, that's it. We are not obliged to do or not do anything in this world. It should come naturally, like breathing. We don't do, it is happening naturally. Similarly, expression of life when they are happening naturally, that is a divine expression. Like you see some child just fail in front of you. Will you take a banner in the hand, I am a social worker, lift it. And beta, hold it. And photo. All these clubs, Rotary Club, Lions Club, Donkey Club, it's only photography oriented, nothing else. See? Vishuddham Kevalam Jnanam Nirvishesham. Then Niranjanam, no blemish. What is a blemish? When anything other than the thing is present, it is called as blemish. Like the example I gave you. When on my beard, if something else other than the beard is, it is called blemish. So, immaculate, pure, undivided, non-specific, uncontaminated experience is you, Niranjanam. Then, yad ekam paramanandam. So, this one alone is the supreme bliss. See? Tattvamasi, advayam param. That is what you are. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is not doing something, but all what we have done, we have to begin undoing all what we have done. Undo, undo, undo. See? So, yad ekam kevalam jnanam nirvishesham niranjanam yad ekam paramanandam tattvamasi advayam param. Don't have to do. Everything is undone. And second thing, nirvishesham. Don't become anybody. How do we become somebody? Like how a girl becomes a wife, she has something added. Then she is a wife. What is that? .com. On that also there are questions. See? In USA somebody asked me this question. Excuse me, you people are Hindus. Why these ladies, they put on .com on their head? I said, because that indicate they are married. Your chance is gone now. Don't run after her. It is like that. But then gents don't have anything on their forehead. There is no need. By looking at the face, this is married. Married person has got less glow on his face. See? Therefore, no specific, we don't have to become somebody. Man is happy when he becomes husband, he is miserable. Woman is happy when she becomes wife, she is miserable. Don't become anybody. See? Nirvishesham. Are you suggesting you should not get married? No, get twice, thrice, I have no problem. Understands. We don't have to become some extraordinary if we are walking the spiritual path. The day we understand this, you will see, we have undone a lot of burden. See, in our Pavan Prasanga, there was one topic dealt with by Akhandananda Maharaj. If you remember, that time he was very young and they had decided to call some Dharma Parishad Dharma Sabha in Naimisharanya. And he was in charge of making the arrangement for their sitting and all that. It was a big problem. Because this Mahamandaleshwar says, I am senior than him, I should be above, he should be my left, he should be my right, I cannot sit on the left side of anybody, I will on the sitting. He said, I was so tired what to do with these Mahatmas. Everybody is so special. Then he said, what I did, I made a circular table. Now it is left also, right also, whichever way you take. See, because Vishesh, Mahamandaleshwar. See, remain common. You don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. So many have come and gone. What difference is made in this world? This has always been like this. Nothing is new in this world. But we think we are going to change the world, trying to cover the earth with the skin, rather than putting the shoes on your own feet. Tadekam paramanandam tattvamasyatvayam param. Get out of this undue involvement in this world. Then only you will be able to discover the truth. Otherwise, keep on struggling. Now this truth, which has to be recognized, and where to and how to, is now told in the 22nd verse. शब्दस्याद्यन्तयो सिद्धं मनसोऽपि तथैव च मध्ये साक्षितया नित्यं तदेव त्वं भ्रमं जहि. ओके. शब्दस्य आदि अंतयोः सिद्धम. That which exists before uttering the word and which continues to exist after the word is silent. See? Shabdasya adi antayoho siddham. So it was there before the world, W-O-R-L-D. Before the world is created, sadeva somme idam agram asit. That which is there before the word or the world, that which is continue to exist during the word or the world, and that which continues to even the world or the word dissolves. Shabdasya adi antayo siddham. Manasopi tathaiva cha. So also, whether the mind is manifested in the form of the Anandamaya Kosha or Vijnanamaya Kosha or Pranamaya Manomaya Ityadi, even then it is there, and when it is no more, everything dissolved back, it is still there. Manasopi tathaiva cha. And Madhye Sakshitaya Nityam. What is the Sakshi? Sakshi is the one who is observing all the changes but not getting influenced by any change. Sakshi. So this is the first step. 3 steps are there. First step is Drashta Bhav. Drashta means in the waking state, we see so many things happening here and there, but we are not getting involved. Drashta Bhav. Then Sakshi Bhav. Sakshi Bhav comes at the level of the mind. Let any thoughts come and go, why worry? But why such dirty thoughts are coming in my mind? I don't want any thoughts. You may not want, but where the thoughts will go? Can they go in your nose and prrr, nikal do? Nahi. Thoughts can come only in the mind. So Sakshi Bhava means do not give any plus or minus value to any thought. See, bad thoughts are removed by good thoughts. Ultimately, that also you have to remove. And this can be removed only by understanding what is the thought, what is the desire. See, how we can learn from our experiences. This what I am telling is not from the books. Once I was walking around Narmadaji many years before with 1 or 2 persons only, no crowd. So I had to take my khada in my hand, and it was lot of muddy area. So you don't know where you are putting the foot, what is below. Somewhere a thorn has gone. Oh God, but I can't do. If I put my hand, it will go in the mud. And somehow we cross. And in that I forgot about it. Then went to the place where I had to go, one Mahatmaji. And thereafter washed the feet and all that. And all ha-ha ho-ho started. Second or third day, I was limping. So one of my friend was a doctor there. He said, Swamiji, what happened to you? I said, I don't know, yeah, I'm feeling pain. He said, let me see what it is. So he saw the foot. It was having a point and a swollen area, little reddish, very tender. He said, I think something has gone here. Maybe some thorn, etc. Do you know? I said, I don't know. Then he took something and removed the thorn. Complete thorn came out. Then he said, now I'll just put some plaster on that. And I said, medicine? He said, no, medicine is not required. It will heal on its own. That gave me this knowledge of what is a desire, what is a thought. When a foreign body enters the food, that tissue starts reacting. And reaction goes to an extent of how deep that object has gone. And till such time the object is there, there will be reaction going on. Then that reaction will be, the tissue will be swollen, painful, tender, red. Apply the same principle. Anything that enters in our mind, it is a foreign body. And therefore, that mind where the foreign body has entered, there will be reaction in the mind. Reaction will be swollen mind, tender mind, painful mind. That is called as the vritti, thought or the desire. Then what is to be done? Remove that. No, in the gross example we can understand. But how can anything enter in the mind? Entry of anything in the mind is like we enter the mirror when we stand in front of the mirror. It is an entry without entrance. Suppose I say somebody, hey, I really love you, you are in my heart. Does it mean that horrible fellow has entered in my heart? It will burst open. Then we have given value, importance to something or the somebody. That thing or the body has entered our mind. And then the reaction begins. And the reaction is called as desire. Simply talking, remove the desires. But kindly explain what is a desire, how it is born, genesis. So the genesis of desire is this. You give importance to anything, anybody, you are bound to be disturbed throughout life. Those who are giving too much importance to cleanliness, they are always miserable wherever they go. Those who are very much obsessed with punctuality, they will be always disturbed. Therefore, who comes, where comes, how does it matter? Who cares? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? See this example I told you probably here or sometime. In our Prempuri ashram, my talks were held normally on some 4th or 5th floor. One day this fellow watchman told me, Maharaj, today your talks are here. I was told by the management. I said, all right, I went there. A trustee came, it was not in his knowledge. He said, why are you going there? I said, cinema dekhne ja raha hu. They know me very well, I don't talk straight. How can you talk straight to a crooked person? See? Bhagwan Ram is straight. Bhagwan Krishna is Tribhangi crooked. Do you know why? It is difficult to become like Rama. Easier to become like Krishna. So, Shatha Shathe na tadete. If you are straight and your idol, Bhagwan Krishna, is crooked, then his crookedness looks very strong. But if it is there, like Rama, if you are crooked, Bhagwan Ram is straight, your crookedness will become very conspicuous. So what is to be done? Match with the crookedness of Bhagwan Krishna. 2 crooked lines is a design. So he is always happy, you be happy, you understood everything in Vedanta. So that person came. He said, no, we should have only that place. Why here? I said, it's okay. Now they are organized everything. Don't worry. No, it's not like that. So everything dismantled and meanwhile I went and had my cup of tea. So one social worker type of person, Swamiji, how can they do like this thing? I said, you ask them, I don't know. Mahamantra, I don't know. See? Then cup of tea came, I was thinking, I said, you want cup of tea, I can get for you. I am surprised. You are taking cup of tea? I said, what a great discovery, surprise, I am taking a cup of tea. Not like that. They have uprooted everything. And you are so cool. I said, look here, I am very clear. those who are coming on time, they are listening. And those who come late, they are not listening. This illusion is not in my head. Those who come on time, they also don't listen. Those who come late, they also don't listen. They come here for my Maha Mantra. Life is a time pass. Bombay, it is so hot. So go to the Prempuri ashram. It's a nice AC comfort. Who cares for what he is talking? Kai aake chale gaye. Asangoham, asangoham. So they are going for time pass. We also go for time pass. No problem. The moment you become Vishesha, then you are disturbed. Therefore, Shabdasya Adyantayo Siddham Manasopi Tathaivacha. Therefore, when you are leading your life in the world, be drashta. Don't get involved, disturbed by anything. With your mind, yes, sometimes it is cool, sometimes it is agitated. This is the nature of the mind. And when you come to your own self, no, we become many because of the conditionings. One man is divided into many depending upon the number of mirrors in front of you. Have we become many? Therefore the rule is aupadhik anekta. The multiplicity born because of the conditionings is an illusion. When you hold on to this, then manasopi tathaivacha madhye sakshitaya nityam. See? Joy comes, I eliminate joy. Misery comes, I eliminate misery. So who am I? I am in both the places, joy and sorrow. Therefore, who am I? I am beyond joy and beyond sorrow. When I don't associate myself with the sorrows, meaning when I don't become miserable or I don't become excited, I remain cool under both the conditions, I have discovered myself. Madhye sakshitaya nityam tadevatvam. That is what you are. Brahmam jahi. Give up this wrong understanding. Brahmam jahi. Therefore, real spiritual life is remaining non-specific, giving up all visheshata, or else we will get lost in that. Now from here onwards, the teacher takes up another beautiful theme. Let us leave something for tomorrow also. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.